Hi, g'day traders, Sam here from Trade to Prosper. Today is Sunday, the 11th of May. Looking at Bitcoin, I'm going to just talk about this scenario here, what levels we're interested in, and why we're looking, or what levels we're looking to short. Now, we're currently at a major resistance. If you look at it from a Fibonacci perspective, if we look at from the swing low to swing high to swing low, we're pretty much right on the dot with the 0.5 fib. So if we were to look on a smaller time frame, just to get the accuracy to there, it's almost perfect, just hitting that as a resistance. Now what we're going to talk about is this scenario here as well. We're going to look for trading possibilities and what we're looking for in the short, in the terms of taking a short. But you can see that was a major area to short. The response is a bit disappointing to short it. So at this point, I haven't entered a short. I'll be looking to see how this ranges before I make that decision. But at this point, there is no short opportunity to go down. So let's go back to the macro and then talk about the small time frames. From a macro perspective, there are many ways of looking at this, but I believe this is a way 3 to 4 to 5. On the bigger picture, if we're looking really bullish, and we have to be proven for that, this is a way 3 to 4. Now we're looking for wave 5. And that's what I believe. Wave 5 could be a short one or an extended one, and that's the puzzle that we're trying to work out. Now let's look at this from a macro perspective. Now if I enable another Fibonacci, if we look at from that perspective, you can sort of see why there was a resistance here with the 0.68, and obviously it aligns there. So we're looking at this level, or double top, as a major one from that perspective, but this method will give us a target to the top. So I'm not going to be interested in that at this point. What we want to do is this one here. This one is from the macro pivot points, but you can see here we have 105,271 as the major Fibonacci level as a resistance, and that's pretty much lining up with our other indicators of candlesticks and fixed volume. So here we go. So we've done our fixed volume tool here. We'll get our point of control, like point of control, and the daily right here as the resistance. We've got the value area high up there. So that value area high is at 106,000, and if you look back to the other one, this is 105,471. So I'm going to grab that 105,471 and just chuck it onto this one. And now we're going to dive into this area. So we've mapped all this out. The monthly candles there. So you can see that act as support. So when we look on a small time frame, we're going to see all the relevant details coming to it. And you can see how this area is congested with key levels. We have the daily, negative point of control, and we've got the rejection. We've got the weekly high, so that acts as a resistance. This is a point of control from previous price action over here. That was our buying climax. We've got another buying climax further up there. So they're all in light green. So you can see how this can potentially be a reversal, but it's too early to say. So if you look at it from a Wyckoff perspective, buying climax, back test, up thrust. So we can probably find that we have a diminishing. So if we see this start to diminish over the range, it's a weekend, so it's very hard to say. During the week, if we get a strong push down, then we'll look at this area to trade. So we will look for this area to go long. And if that doesn't hold, then we wait and we see if that does this swing failure pattern or failed auction, and then we go for a long. So we're going to look for some more price action before we get a clue as to if it's going to be looking weak or not. Why? It is hitting a major level. This is a major level. That was our initial opportunity to trade the short. My gut feeling is if we get a strong wick to the upside, taking this major fib level, and on top of this value area high, that's the one I really want. So we're going up, and I'm expecting bearish divergence to keep coming down. So if that continues up and there's a swing failure pattern, it's a shorting position that I'll be looking for right there. Does it take out liquidity from the others? It sure does. So this level, value area high, is very strong resistance. This area is going to be strong resistance all the way through, as I indicated. So that is my level of interest to start shorting, start leverage shorts in. And obviously I'm okay with that because I've got a lot of longs in the picture, and this is going to be important. Now, why do we look at this as an important shorting position? What's an opportunity? Because we've got this strong move to the upside. However, this is so strong that it could just keep going, and that's the fear that we have. We've got to make sure that we see some weakness like this over time to start seeing all these rejections. Then we are comfortable looking for the further down. My interest, if that happens, then if it comes down, we'll look for the 618. The 618 looks like a strong level of resistance, so here will be a strong level of support. If it gets lower than that, then this fib level of 1, which it takes out the liquidity, I want to see that liquidity taken out and then see some strength. If that happens, then I'm looking for the 80 wave 2 and then further up higher. I'm still macro bullish, and so here we go. This is where I think is going to be a fair bit of resistance. And if we look at our other chart, if it's there, it's on miniature. I've got a few charts. It's not on this one here. So here's my other chart. The way I did the Fibonacci, the golden ratio here is 111,000. So that's going to be our major resistance. Here we've done our fixed volume profile, and if you look at it, the value area high with the daily is where I want as well. So if we look at these point of control levels right here, the value area high of this session versus the macro, these are the two areas that I'm looking for to short. At the moment, it needs to get above that. Now the question is, do I think this is going to be a shorting position? More so like a scalp. So that was a scalp position. It came down. Now we just got to watch and see if it gives us any clues, but there isn't really any shorting positions here yet. This could just continue grind away on the weekend, and then this is where I'm going to see likely a strong push to the downside. And if it comes down there, then it's likely to come, and then we'll look for these levels of interest for longs. So it's a bullish market. Shorts will come in, push it down, but I don't expect it to go much further. So if you look at this chart and come to our channel, you can also, I can share these charts with you, but with these levels, and you can see it anchored VWAP, the way it's taking form. We can probably use that in this scenario where we can find some support. So if we were to do this anchored VWAPs, we'll just look for these support levels and see. So this one's coming to that level of support. It doesn't surprise me that that's where we look for an entry for long, because it's taking out the liquidity and it's a level of significance. So you can see how many perspectives we have in this, and it's very hard to say which one will take place, but we have mapped our key levels. 0.5 Fibonacci is here, 0.618 is up there, 111,000, 110 to 111,000. Could be very dangerous for us, because if it repeats what we did last year or a few years back, it breaks the all-time previous high, and then you see this fake out, and then everything comes back down. So keep an eye on that. That's my level. I think that this will be a good selling point, good shorting point, good entry, and then see what happens after that. I'm going to leave that, guys. Please give me a like and share, and I'll talk to you soon.
There you have it. Please give Sam a like, share, and subscribe to his channel to support him for doing more of these posts.